Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Number 21 is Zeke.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 11 carries, 52 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Looking to throw on second down. Watts. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the bootleg. Watts looking for his running back, and he's got him. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Back to throw. Watts, and able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This one caught left side by Cooper. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Looking to throw. Watts. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 8th play of the drive. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Watts. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. We get our first look now at Carson Wentz and this Philadelphia Eagle offense.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders.
Number 26, Miles Sanders.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 5 catches, 70 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles nothing.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
That's a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This ball complete to Rager. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Wentz on target to Rager. 1st down, Eagles.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the last tackle, tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
To throw again, Watts. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception #1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, #7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The drive starts with a completion left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Christian Kirk hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Seibert on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Wentz will try again on second down. Looking for Reagor again. This time he's got it. And he's upended at the 33 following. 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On first down, Watts. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now. Less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Back to the air on second down. Watts. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watts. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Cowboy first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Watts. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26 yards. First down, Dallas.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 43-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home team who are out in front. Dwayne Haskins has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And that one's gone to halftime with the visiting 49ers out in front. Alexander Mattison, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Complete to Christian Kirk.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the...
Take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, Watts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watts again looking for Pittman. A better result here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Throwing on 1st down. Watts finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Watts. The toss here completed to Pittman. And the Cowboys are going to have themselves a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to...
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
The Eagles take over.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And quickly finding Rager. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This pass complete, wins to Ertz. 7 yards the pickup there.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for you.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Derek Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Derek Brown, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Found good room to run there, returns it 14 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. on the counter. This is Akers. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Watts buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Watts. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Number 86.
Michael Pittman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Seibert now to kick this thing away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates them because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, his throw incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 16.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll run on first down with Akers. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. It's a second down run with Sanders.
Miles Sanders. That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now Wentz. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Carson Wentz sacked.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Gain of 7.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27, and he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
First down carry by Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the Eagles' 49-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On the ground, it's Akers. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Looking to throw. Watts. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Left side here to Sanders. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Sanders. A gain of 4. It's now second and
Charles,
6.
we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Dallas, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.